Hi, I'm Geraldine Coopersmith, and this is the Full Potential Project. Today I want to talk about the impact of negative self-talk. We're always having a conversation with ourselves throughout the day in our own heads, from the minute we wake up to the minute we go to bed, and sometimes in the middle of the night as well. And oftentimes, a lot of that conversation that we have with ourselves about ourselves is incredibly unkind. Sometimes downright mean. And if we were to hear somebody else talk to us that way, we would be angry, and we hopefully wouldn't stand for it. And we would say, you don't speak to me that way, or I'm not going to be talked to in that way. Yet we talk to ourselves so often in that same type of tone and with that same type of negativity. And so often so that sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. It just becomes an ingrained pattern. This is why it's really important to think about having a practice where you try to quiet your thoughts, whether that's meditation or a breathing practice or yoga or journaling, something where you separate and put some distance between your constant running these constant tapes of this negativity. You start to realize that you have a choice to think those things and to engage those things. And more often than not, there are things that we could tell ourselves in place of these that are way more empowering and that are much kinder. And if we're going to believe something and we're going to tell ourselves something, how about telling ourselves something that's positive, even if it's not true or it's not true yet? It's a heck of a lot better than telling ourselves some garbage on the regular. So see if you can start to put a little space between your conversations with yourself and immediately accepting those as fact. When you hear yourself saying something like, for women, a lot of times it's about our bodies, I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm not this enough. When you hear that, what can you say that is more kind, more loving, and often more true instead of what you've said? What can you insert in there if you have to believe something? And this is where mantras are really helpful. Is there a little phrase that you can use to neutralize a phrase you say a lot to yourself? If you're constantly saying something negative about your body, what is a conversation you could have with yourself that neutralizes that or even reinforces something positive, like, my body is exactly the way it was made and it's perfect? Short, sweet, counteracting that negative thought that comes up. The more you do that, the more you start to realize how much garbage we tell ourselves, and the more you start to build some legitimate tools for dealing with that. Those conversations are never going to go away completely, but to the extent that we have tools in our back pocket to stop them when they start, and to put something in there that's serving us rather than something that's beating us up and holding us back. So I hope you give that a try and find value in it. It's a little hack, and sometimes sounds like it might be too easy, but just catching yourself in those conversation moments can be so powerful towards changing the way you think throughout the day and how much love and respect you treat yourself with. Have a great day. This is the Full Potential Project. I'm Geraldine Coopersmith, reminding you to live bigger and shine brighter.